What's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Views for Build. In today's episode, we're working on the body of the Jumpcon, going full speed ahead. We're gonna build out our steel exoskeleton cage and then try and start to plate some of these panels in so it'll look like a little bit more of a completed body. Stay tuned. Before we get down to work, I want to take a second out to thank today's sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. You guys have heard me talk about Raid Shadow Legends a lot on the channel, but did you know it's Raid's second anniversary? That's right, it's their second birthday. It's been 2 years since Raid burst on the scene and completely took over mobile gaming. And since then, things have only gotten bigger and better. Raid started out as just a bunch of cool character art and an idea, and now it's the #1 RPG in the United States, with over 1 million players battling every day. It has over 70 million downloads, over 2 billion live player battles, and over 10 billion PvE battles completed. What I personally like about Raid Shadow Legends is the PvP aspect. There's a PvP arena you can jump in and fight real people in real time and see how you stack up against the competition. I also love the amount of customization. You can pick different types of hero characters, from big beefy guys that have a lot of HP to smaller people that are more powerful with magic spells, and everything in between. Customize your team to fit the battle. And this month being Raid's 2-year anniversary, the schedule is totally packed with amazing events. They've got 6 straight weeks of anniversary events and tournaments running from March 1st all the way through the middle of April with amazing prizes to win. And they're launching their first clan versus clan tournament to give players the ability to fight against other clans and see who comes out on top. And if that's not enough, they've just released 12 new champions in the badass looking Shadowkin faction. Check this out right here. Raid is huge already, and the anniversary event just makes everything that much bigger and that much better, so now is the time to join. If you want to get a head start on Raid, all you gotta do is hit the link in the top of my description or scan the QR code on the screen right here, and you'll get a free epic champion Jatoon, which is amazing for the Doom Tower. You're gonna get 100,000 silver, 50 gems, and 3 ancient shards, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in the game. And all the treasure is gonna be waiting for you right here. It's that easy, guys. Just click the link in the description and I will see you in the game. Thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this episode. Happy second birthday. Let's get down to work. All right, we're gonna get started on continuing out the steel exocaging. So we mocked it all up with our PVC pipes. We're gonna go ahead and take the skin off of these, and then we will kind of take pictures of where the pipes are and everything like that, and then rebuild these out of steel, so we'll have a nice steel exoskeleton. Everybody say it with me. Oscar did a great job. This is pretty freaking amazing what he's done here. Now the side skirt's off, you can see it sitting in the car and it's at full low. But this is Oscar turning what we had in PVC into this amazing structure that we're gonna be able to plate over. We are ecstatic about how it looks. It's very, very strong. It's only tacked in here, but I mean, it's extremely strong. We have more reinforcement points that we're gonna be able to bolt it into the car with. But I mean, or not bolt, but actually welded into the substructure. But man, it's incredible. I'm so happy about how this is turning out. It looks great. It's functional. It's a little heavy way to build a body, but man, is it cool. So Oscar's gonna go ahead and get started on the other side, and Kyle and I are gonna start working on the hood. So this hood right here is a Huracan Super Fareoh hood. It's made out of carbon fiber, and it is what belongs on our Burntacon. This is gonna be our template. So our hood needs to actually kind of tilt up. According to our designs, which I can show you right here, this is kind of a custom built hood that I designed, and it's just 100% a copy of this hood, but instead of this part where it goes down, it actually starts to flex the other way. So we thought of a lot of different ways of how to try and build this hood, and building out of composites was one idea, and then like leave it kind of flexible. You know how carbon fiber, if you don't have a lot of layers, can be flexible, and then bend it up and like reinforce it and stuff like that. But I thought for a first try, like it could be fun to cut out a bunch of cardboard templates like what you see there, because Lamborghini's design styling that they do, it's hard to see all the angles here, but it's really very angled. You can see a line here and a line here and a line here, and a lot of this stuff is almost flat or only has a really slight bend to it. So I thought it could be really cool to try and build one of these out of steel, and this is just something that we're gonna give our best shot and see if it works. It's nothing we've ever done before, but that's what BS for Build is about. It's about experimenting and trying to, you know, do things in different ways. So I don't know if we'll get a usable looking hood out of this experiment, but it sure would be cool if we could figure it out. So Kyle has traced all of the geometric shapes out of this hood, then transferred them over to cardboard. Next step, he's gonna go ahead and cut those all out of sheet metal, and then we're gonna lay them up on here, get them all at the right angle, and start welding everything together. This is the game plan. It looks like a Transformers skeleton skin or something. It's kind of crazy. So the Super Fareoh hood is underneath here, and the metal's all been cut out. Kyle got it all cut out. We got it laid up, and this is going to be difficult, but I want to continue trying this. I do think that there's a chance in hell that we make this work. So next thing is a lot of these pieces have to be slightly bent, or this piece has to have like serious bends in it to match up with everything on the hood. Once we get it all matched up with the hood, we'll be able to start trying to tack it to itself. These types of things, you know, each piece is kind of floppy and whatever, but once you have a bunch of complex angles and you tack them all together, it actually gets really strong, and it'll hold its own shape, I think, pretty well if we can get it to look right in the first place. So we're gonna go ahead and start bending some of these pieces up, try and match up with the hood. All right, it is a new day, and I wanted to give you guys some kind of midstream updates. So Oscar wrapped that one up so fast I wasn't able to stop and show you guys some of the work that he did in the middle pieces. And so what we're doing is to get this rail up here and kind of nicely connecting into here. He built this flat spot here, this angle bracket here, and then it bolts into OEM mounting bolts right there, and that allows us to run this rail down, where we then have a little spacer that keys off of the what would that be called? That's kind of like our bump stop mount. So that gets us our nice straight shot down through there, and then this is the other piece that he bent up that does our kind of our over the wheel arch. Goes from the side skirt up and like that. So he's got done bending all the pieces and cutting them to length, and then now it's kind of the tack and assemble everything up stage. And to do that, everything has to be coped, so that's the long tedious part. Everything gets coped out, and then once it all lines up, it all gets tacked together. But it's coming along fantastic. Over on hood work, so far so good. This is a really cool looking piece. So this is the centerpiece that matches up with the centerpiece right there. It looks cool so far. We're still not 100% sure if this is going to work all the way, but we're just going to keep going piece after piece and see if we can make it happen. So the next step is to take these and put a little bend in them. You can see on the black hood there, they definitely have a bend to them. So we'll put some bend into these so they'll match up with this, tack it up with this, do a little bit of the same bending over here so we can get this piece to match up as well. All right, I want to give you guys another update real quick about how progress is going. So we've got, Oscar's got this kind of the outside over fender railing in, that railing's in, all the door work is huge, comes around the door, up, another pillar there, and then he's got this guy going here to here. So he's working on coping this railing to go in here. So we have one that goes here, one that goes here, one that goes on the bottom, and that'll wrap out this side. So progress is continuing really well. On the hood side of things, I'm really stoked with how this is turning out. It's actually looking really cool, and I think it's definitely gonna work. So basically, piece goes on here, piece goes on there, and then we're worried about this piece and this piece, and then that's it. So it's not a lot of pieces left. The whole center is so far looking really good. We've done a bunch of test fitting with the stock hood on here and where we like it and where the placement goes, and it's looking good. So I really think that this is gonna work, and it's gonna work well. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're really close to wrapping this thing up, tack a few more pieces together, and it'll start to look like a hood. This thing is looking amazing. I'm so happy with how this stuff is turning out. So the hood's just kind of temporarily mocked up in place. You can see we didn't even take the time to center it, but it looks really good. I've got some plans of how we can kind of continue to finish this out, build it nice and strong, and then clean up the edges. I don't think it's gonna be that hard. A lot of welding from the backside, a little bit of body filler, and we're gonna build a frame around it to make it nice and stiff and sturdy. And so we can actually mount it to the car in there too. But that's a success, man. It's super similar to the Super Trofeo hood, and I didn't have to spend 3,000 bucks, so that's a total win. From this angle right here, I mean, it looks like a car from a movie that I'm not gonna say, but it looks so good. I'm so excited. Oscar wrapped up the driver's side as well. Got all of the tubing section in here just like we have on the other side. It's a really nice mirror. Let me show you from the front again. You can see how perfectly they mirror each other. It's like a really good match. So totally stoked on this. I'm not sure when we're going to do the plating for these, but basically pieces of steel are going to go across all of these at first, and then we're going to eventually do them in carbon fiber. I was definitely missing during a lot of this this episode. Chelsea and I bought a house. And then we had an inspection on the house. So we put an offer in on a house, and our offer got accepted. And then you do inspections, and then the inspections went terribly. So we've been dealing with a lot of stuff, and I don't know. I might lose a small amount of money, but whatever. It'd be better than getting stuck with a terrible house. So, anyways, I've been kind of doing a lot of that stuff in the background. So thanks to the guys for handling business. You guys did an amazing job. I'm so excited. We meant to do it in this episode, but we ran out of time. In the next episode, we're definitely going to install the springs so you guys can see this thing at full ride height, and we'll push it outside and have some fun with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Follow us, BS for Build, on Instagram. We post a lot of behind the scenes stuff on Instagram, so follow us there. And you can get all of our merch at bsforbuild.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Peace!